All right, welcome to the Butler Township Board of Trustees, Monday, December 8th, 2025 meeting. We'll call the meeting to order at 5:31 p.m. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
United States. Public.
All right, thank you. The first item on the agenda will be public hearings. We have two this evening. As you can see, we have a new timer. So we have the transparency for the 3-minute comment time. As well, just a reminder, public comments are limited to 3 minutes per speaker, and individuals must come to the podium and state their name and address for the record. Each person may speak only once. The public comment period is intended for statements or concerns rather than dialogue. After the public comment portion has concluded, the board or the applicant may respond to questions if the information is readily available, or provide a response at a later time if further review is required. Speakers with additional questions following the meeting are encouraged to contact a trustee or administrator to discuss their concern further. A few other things to note. In order to have a productive meeting this evening, I just want to remind everyone that we will proceed with respect between applicants and residents and the board and staff. You are not permitted to speak from your seat this evening, and any unruly behavior and the use of explicit language will be cause for removal. The first item on the public hearing agenda is case ZC 5-25, a zoning request from R1 to PD1 for a proposed planned residential development on Dogleg Road. Gentlemen, will I have any abstentions this evening?
No abstentions.
None.
Seeing none, I will open the public meeting at 5:34 p.m. The next item during the public hearing is the staff presentation. Mr. Farmer, would you please step to the podium?
Thank you. As you stated, this is for ZC 5-25. This is a revised preliminary development plan for the Butler Pines subdivision. The applicant is Clayton Properties, Arbor Homes. The location is 8090 Dogleg Road. The request is to rezone the property from R1 single-family residential to PD1 planned residential district. The purpose is to develop the property into a 247 single-family lot subdivision. This is just an overview of the PD process, just so people are aware of how it works. Again, we are in the preliminary phase. So it starts with a preliminary plan being submitted and reviewed by Montgomery County. Then it's submitted to the Zoning Commission with a recommendation to the trustees. It then comes before you, as we are here tonight, as a preliminary plan. Even if approved, then we move on to the final development plan, where a final plan would be submitted to the Zoning Commission, and then a final plan would be reviewed by you as the trustees. So we are still in the preliminary phase, so even upon approval, there is still a lot of steps and a lot of final details that would be worked out in the final plan. The timeline of this specific case, July 10th, Montgomery County Planning Commission recommended approval as originally submitted. July 15th, the Butler Township Zoning Commission recommended denial of the 299 lots. August 26th, the first preliminary hearing for the trustees, a recommendation to table and resubmit with a reduction of density and to gather more information on traffic. November 18th, a revised plan was sent to the Butler Township Zoning Commission, and it was recommended 3-1 denial. And then here we are tonight for the public hearing for the trustees. Current site conditions, it's 2 parcels, which is right around 90 acres. It's currently zoned R1, and it's currently used for agriculture. Current R1 zoning allows single-family residential at 20,000 square foot lots, which equals to roughly 196 lots or 2.2 per acre. Other uses could be a park or community center, educational facility, a church, or campground. And those are all principally permitted uses on the site. Proposed use, PD1, planned residential development, 247 single-family lots. This is a reduction of 52 lots from the original submission. And this would include arbor and arrival series homes, walking trails, playground, and pond. There would be 2 ingress-egress points off of Dogleg Road. The arbor series homes would be, there's 12 floor plans, 5 elevations per floor plan, ranch and 2-story options. Living area would be between 1,200 and 3,200 square feet, and there are several options with these floor plans. These lots would be 7,500 square foot minimum, with front setbacks of 35 feet, side setback of 7 feet, and rear setback of 25 feet. There would also be arrival series homes. There would be 5 floor plans for these with 5 elevations per floor plan, 2 and 3-story options, and living area would be 1,158 to 1,969 square feet. Again, these do have several options for additionals, porches, bathrooms, bedrooms, upgraded finishes, things like that. These lots would be 6,000 square foot minimum, front setback 35 feet, side setback of 7 feet, and rear setback of 25 feet. Utilities. Currently, there are no water and sewer utilities north of I-70 at this site. There has been no final route determined for the extension of these utilities. That would come later on if approved under the final development plan. And with the extension of those utilities, there would be potential access for other residents to tie into those. The comprehensive and land use plan that was recently updated did identify this site as a future housing option or future development of housing, as seen here on the map, which is the site we're talking about tonight. It was identified as in the rural estates development pattern area. Within this area, it encourages residential growth and expansion of utilities, low to medium density housing, which was identified as 4 to 6 units per acre. Focuses on conservation subdivision design, which is to preserve open space and natural features. And this area currently includes a diverse residential zoning of RR, R1, R2, and R3. Airport considerations. It does fall within the 60 day-night level range of the future noise impact study that was done for the airport. This is the outermost impact ring of that study. There are no navigation easements on the site, and there are no FAA restrictions on the site. Okay, concerns and what we've heard so far. The first concern, density. The original plan was 299 lots. This is a 56% increase above R1 standards. The current revised plan is 247 lots, which is a reduction of 52 lots from the original plan and is a 26% increase above R1 standards. Another concern is traffic. A lot was talked about a traffic impact study that would be conducted upon preliminary plan approval. Staff met with Montgomery County engineers to determine if that is in fact standard practice or should it be done before preliminary plan. And it was indeed confirmed that it is standard practice to do after preliminary plan approval. After the meeting with the engineers, and we also had an analysis by an independent consultant, we were able to get some traffic count information, as you can see on the chart. Current daily trips, and this is from Little York Road to 40 on Dogleg. There are 3,323 trips daily currently. And then with R1, which is the current permitted zoning, there would be roughly an increase of 1,874 daily trips. And then R2, which is roughly 261 units, would increase to 2,439 trips. And then the original proposal of 299 units would have increased the traffic roughly 2,764. So the proposal of 247 is in between the R1 and R2. So you can kind of get an idea of the trips generated by the development. And then if there's any questions or if you want this back up, just let me know. And the last concern that we've heard a lot about is the school district. In a letter from the superintendent, treasurer, and board president, the school district acknowledges that there would be some challenges, but believe new residential growth would lead to a positive outcome for the district. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Farmer. All right, next up in the public hearing process would be the presentation by the applicant. When you can, please take the podium. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Paul Metzger, and I'm with Arbor Homes. Happy to be back here tonight and making some changes from when we were with you last time. Hopefully listen to a few of the comments we got from you and open to more dialogue. What we believe, this is really so much about what we're about here. We believe that every family deserves a home that they call their own. We believe that everyone deserves an opportunity to accumulate wealth as part of that. Every customer deserves an process. The Arbor timeline, we went through this last time. We started in 1994, goes through 24, but doing this for 31 years now. Actually just have broached 25,000 homes sold in our life. Here's Arbor Homes, and we're really proud of that. Here in the Dayton area, we've been here for about 4 years. Growing. Property background, again, Nathan went through this, but 89 plus acres. Again, the thing that we always look for is what your comprehensive plan calls for. This suggested 4 to 6 units per acre. And through evolution here, we've dropped down to 2.75 units per acre. I think one thing that Trustee Jackson asked last time or how does it at or below what Oaks of Yorkshire is, and this is slightly below. Concept plan, again, 247 lots, 147 of the Arbor, 100 of the rival. Significant open space, 33%, almost 34% is really large amount. Showing a lot of that trail around that area. We still have to figure some stormwater ponds, but tent is the side, very active. That will be a park of some type with play sets, canopy, things like that, things better at. Utilities, as Nathan mentioned, there's no water or sewer north of I-70. We will be proposing to extend lines through that. And, again, that's a big part of this project and what we're able to do, not only offering us the services, but also services for the surrounding neighbors. Traffic analysis, we're committed to working with the county engineer on a traffic analysis and living by the results of that analysis. And, you know, as I think I've said in the past, and Brian, the guy that was up here last time, it all depends on what that comes back at. I mean, jokingly, if it comes out of $5 million improvements, we're going to walk away from the project. We don't believe that's going to happen. We think there's going to be improvements necessary in the road, but again, the traffic analysis, working with the county engineer, will be that, and we're bound to stick to it if we project. Again, went through our elevations and what we're proposing to do here. Again, these are just samples of some of our elevations. Again, many opportunities and chances to change the looks of the homes, the colors, and all those things. On our Arrival series, this is really our attempt to get something that's affordable and obtainable for people, but also what many builders are going to this line is a attached product, and this is really trying to allow somebody to buy a single family house where they own all four walls, they're not paying huge HOA fees to have that and still have a brand new home that can be 1,158 square feet, almost 2,000 square feet, nicely appointed, all new homes that have all the amenities and things that people want. So, it's a very popular thing. We're working on about 11 of these type of projects in Ohio and Indiana right now, and it's been very popular. It really helps us get back to again, that goal of putting people in homes and letting them be able to afford what they can afford. If they can afford these homes, that's great. If they can move up to the Arbor series, that's great as well. Gives a lot of opportunity. One thing that none of my slides really present here, we do everything we can legally not to sell to someone. Won't sell to an LLC. Mr. Jackson, you could buy our home and sell it to an LLC tomorrow. There's nothing we can do. But it's our goal, our marketing, to sell these to owner occupants. That's not what a lot of the other buildings, especially in these times, may get a little tougher in the housing market. So we're committed to that and doing our best to sell them, to give people, again, that chance for the American dream. Again, just different elevations of the Arbor series, or Arrival series. Anti-monotony, one community that requires this upon builders, most do not, but it's self-imposed. That we're not going to sell the same elevation, the same color scheme next to an existing house or across the street, and it really enables these neighborhoods to look like there's a variety in the homes. On the Arbor series, in 12 floor plans, multiple elevation, structural options. Base houses are slab on grades. We sell basements an option. We sell sunrooms, extensions, sell third car garages when they fit on the lot, things like that. We are asking for vinyl siding here. Again, if we talk about, we can talk about that further. I think on the next slide we're committing to a higher grade of vinyl siding. Vinyl siding world with the 044 thickness, which is really a 2-grade upgrade from what we do. Dimensional shingles, masonry available in front elevation. Arrival, same thing, like the siding, shingles, and we are showing brick wainscoting on the front of those. On the Arbor homes, brick wainscoting is kind of our standard base. Customers can upgrade various levels there, what they do and pay for. In the 044 premium vinyl siding, monotony standards, landscape package on all yards, including sodded front yards. When we go to a corner lot, we also sod the entire corner. The Arrival, really the same thing, although the Arrival brick wainscoting is what really our is there. Same standard. Conclusion, again, we feel like this is consistent with what your comprehensive plan was looking for. There's not an undue burden on residents. Here the recommended density comp plan. This will extend public utilities both for our use and for local neighbors. Gives increased housing opportunities. Tax base. Good. Happy to answer questions.
Thank you. We appreciate your presentation. All right, the next item in the public hearing, we would like to hear for anyone, any proponents, anyone in favor of the development. Please remember that if you do wish to speak as a proponent, you do have 3 minutes. You must come to the podium, state your name and address for the record. It's strictly a comment period, and if at the end during dialogue portion, we can answer your questions. We definitely will. Anyone want to speak in favor of the development this evening? Okay, seeing none. Anyone want to speak against the development? Any opponents of the case want to speak? Okay, come on up to the podium. Please just state your name and address for the record.
I am Audrey Holland. I live at 2050 Kirshner Road. I don't know how many times we have been so dedicated on coming here to each of these meetings to help you understand we as a community do not want this massive housing in there. We did not move to Butler Township for affordable housing. We moved here to be in the country, to have several acres, and not to be having 3 or 4 houses per acre. I've got 2 houses. That means there could be 8 houses on my 2 acres. That's ridiculous. That is not why we moved to Butler Township. And I understand that last time I was here, when you guys were here, someone called and you mentioned that, so-and-so called and said, remember, this is going to increase our tax base. We pay our taxes, okay? We're not here to increase the tax base. We're here as a community to let you know we do not want this. This does not fit in with our community.
Thank you, Ms. Holland. Anyone else like to speak? Ms. Thorne?
Hi, I'm Maggie Thorne, 8475 Dogleg Road. Butler Township is bigger than this spot, this 90 acres, 89 point, I forget. There should be a place in Butler Township this would fit, but not in the middle of the rural estates. That's the problem. I'm not against affordable housing for families, but I'm against putting that density in the middle of the rural estates on those particular acres. It is like you guys build houses. That's your job, to find where they fit in the land, and it's like you've ignored the land that you're looking at. Mr. Metzger, last meeting you said that the green space allotted for this development, you haven't figured out exactly how much would be pond. But when I look at the density of those homes compared with the amount of green space for those families to enjoy, I cannot help to think most of it's going to be pond. And so there might be, a little trail around the pond? I don't know where you're going to squeeze all this enjoyment for this place. The traffic coming in and out with both of those entrances and exits on Dogleg, and the southern one is right past that bridge. The visibility is horrible, and what I notice is traffic speeds up at intersections because they don't want the turning traffic to pull out in front of them. So instead of slowing down, I see people speed up all the time and just blare on their horn like, don't pull out. This doesn't fit here. And I urge you to vote no for this. It doesn't belong in this spot. Maybe there's a space for it elsewhere, but you gotta preserve the rural estates. We all keep saying the same things. Respectfully listen.
Thank you, Ms. Thorne. Anyone else like to speak this evening?
Good evening. Dan Brockman, 8440 Frederick Pike. I have close to 100 acres, and I vehemently, and I don't want to repeat everything. Doesn't fit. I have tried on several occasions to salvage my land by selling off parts of it, and that in itself would be too many homes. Heck, I couldn't get build 10-acre tracts. I didn't have enough money. So anyway, I really agree with.
Thank you, Mr. Brockman. Anyone else like to speak? Thank you, sir. Thank you for your comments. Anyone else like to speak this evening? Okay, Ms. Holland.
I'm Jan Holland, 8240 Dogleg Road. Hey, thank all of you for hanging in several months of ongoing projects. Kind of come to the final vote, respectfully but firmly. Let's deny the proposed development and the zoning change. The big picture that has emerged over these last several months is that this is not only about overly dense proposed development. It's about a long-term health, safety, and character of the long-established rural community that others before me have already. We must not throw away our community to accommodate this ill-fitted development. There's entirely too much at risk to go any further with this proposed zoning change, as you've heard over and over again. But you know, there's something more important that's at stake, and it's trust. It's trust. Our residents recently re-elected you guys, and because they believe in your judgment, they believe in your integrity, and your commitment to serve us who live here. That act of trust is not casual. It was renewed. It's a renewal of confidence that you guys will make the decisions grounded in diligence, with care, and with the interest of all of us, the existing community and residents. That trust comes with responsibility to safeguard health, safety, welfare of the existing community. Tonight's decision will test that responsibility. The overwhelming sentiment from all these residents, the ones who raise families here, who invest in this town, who shape its daily life, is that the development doesn't align with our community's values and long-term vision. Approving it would not simply alter the landscape, it would alter the future trajectory of the community that you guys were elected to protect. So tonight, you have the opportunity to affirm the trust that voters placed in you guys. So please, with respect, I earnestly urge you to deny this. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Holland. Anyone else like to speak? Okay, Mr. Dutton.
Daniel Dutton, 3120 Stone Quarry Road. It's apparent what the residents of the township want. I think what needs to be said is we have two members of the trustees stand to gain possibly if this does go through with water. And those two trustees were just reelected. One of them is for his family, the other one would be for personal gain to get water. We don't want it. If you guys won't abstain from voting, then let it go on record that there was somebody that complained and said that you should have abstained. Because this is not for your own personal gain. This is for the citizens of Butler Township. And we don't want it, period. Let it be said.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dutton. Anyone else? Last call for comments this evening? Mr. Shields? You have 3 minutes. You can take all the 3 minutes.
And 2500 Stone Quarry Road. Got here a little late tonight, but looking at the TV screen up here, I know you can't answer a question, but did I see that the zoning commission turned its plan down 3 times? There's a good reason for that. Thank you very much.
Twice. Yeah. Oh, this one? Okay. With the developer twice, it was turned down. Oh. No, it was a different proposal. Yeah. All right. So let's see here. Next item on our public hearing agenda would be a period for rebuttal by the applicant. Would you like to readdress the audience?
Trustees. For affordable housing. In general, we're talking about homes here that will be, on average, $250,000 to $500,000. That's in today's day and age. Affordable housing is not the same. Program, government housing projects.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt you. Could you please speak into
Yeah,
the
sorry.
microphone? Thank you.
Okay, our home values are probably going to average $250,000 to about $500,000, which is not, traditional affordable housing that so many people think about. These are people that are going to have jobs, have abilities to get mortgages. There's no type of, assistance in this housing. Is to get owner-occupied homes here. Looking at the average sale price in the township now, it fits within that realm. Higher side is we're getting Harbor homes. I certainly think we're going to build high-quality homes that, again, people can afford, but does not make it traditional sense of affordable housing. It's to get the bad, news and everything else that brings about. Really, the rest of the items, really feel like the traffic is things that will be dealt with through the traffic study, and the way those things work is it's written. Scope of that service is written with the county engineer's approval to how they're going to look at that. And again, we have to live with it, or we have to walk away from the project. So we're confident that we can live with what the county engineer. Again, happy to answer any other questions you have. If there's items that you want to discuss about leave them. I'm happy to talk about those and make any tweaks to what we're proposing. This has been a big change from what we originally came in with. I believe, I don't know how far that other developer got, but I think he was talking 300 and some odd lots, so I do think this has come down quite a bit. It's a reasonable approach, especially similar densities. I'm happy to have any other questions.
All right, gentlemen, do you have any questions for the applicant or Mr. Farmer? None? All right. All right, thank you so much. All right, moving on. Seeing no questions by the board, I will close the public hearing at 6:05. And I see your hand back there. I apologize that we've moved past that. So if you could just talk to us afterwards, we would appreciate it. All right, so close the public hearing at 6:05. And any further discussion for this item, gentlemen, that we need to have?
I have none.
Mr. Jackson?
Yeah, so this is discussion time amongst ourselves? Yes, okay. A few things that I think, just ought to be stated for the record as we kind of talk through this. Obviously, I know I'm thankful for the residents being very patient with the process, and I do think that it's important for us to have these processes in place that protect people And so that's why this is here. And that's also why you've elected us to make sure that we're making decisions that are good for the future of our community. So we are thankful for that trust. I think that there are a couple things that are on my mind as far as the decision that I'm leaning towards making tonight. And number one, I'm thankful for the zoning commission, and I do think that that their recommendation carries great weight, as some have mentioned as well. They are a recommending body, so ultimately the decision lies with us, but recommending body of men that have served in that field for a very long time. And I'm thankful for them taking the time to hear these things, and also, like our recommending body with the Finance Commission, just helping us with some of these decisions. It's wise when we have a multiplicity of counsel. And so that is something that I hold as a value. The other thing is that when we think about homes that come into the township, I think that it is important to know that Butler Township is known by all of us as what I like to call a level up community, where if you lived in Vandalia, you level up into Butler Township. If you live in Northridge, you want to level up into Butler Township. It's kind of like the Oakwood of the north of homes and spaces that people want to live in. The houses are nice and they go quickly, and it's hard to find a house for sale sometimes in Butler Township. And so those are standards and quality that I do think that we have to vigilantly keep and continue to maintain with the types of developments and housings and things that we allow into the township. So those are a few things on my mind, and just some things that I've been thinking about. I think not necessarily all progress is good progress, which is something that we need to keep in mind. I do want the residents to know, though, that as we look at budgets and as we see the expenses of things, as the developer has noted, tax base, development and things like that, it is helpful. So balancing those things with making sure that things are appropriate, but also wanting to make sure that we are growing in order to be able to pay for things. That's a reality. And I also believe that if somebody wants to sell a property, that they have a right to sell that property within reason. So there are some things there that I think I'm trying to balance and trying to think through. But those are some of the things on my mind as far as discussion is concerned. Anything else you guys want to share?
No, Bryson, I think that was well said. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
All right, so we'll move on to, do I have a motion?
I will make a motion to deny the proposal as presented.
I'll second the motion to deny.
And so just to clarify, then we are voting yes on denial. Is that correct, Mr. Brush?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Jackson,
Yes.
Mr. Thein,
Yes.
Ms. Pruszynski.
Yes, the motion to deny the development was approved. All right, if you'd like to stay for the rest of the meeting, you're welcome.
Really fun.
Are we still in the public hearing?
No, I closed it
closed
at
at
6:05.
8:05.
But what about for the next
Yeah, the
case?
second.
Oh, we're going on to that one, yep.
Yes.
Yep, I was let
Okay.
them.
Do we have to reopen a public hearing for the?
Yeah.
So we just go through it again?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a little different.
You see both of them were here. Dan-
Also-
Dan and-
The minutes.
Yeah, Missy, we need to come back to the minutes. We forgot. Yeah.
Thank you.
got him. He's that, yeah, the scruffy little guy. I was like, he's just looking at
We ready?
him.
Kurt knows how exciting it can be, huh?
Mike on.
You know how exciting.
All right, moving on to the next public hearing, zoning case.
You start learning.
Yeah. You guys, if you would mind going out into the lobbies.
Yeah, we need to continue our meeting. Thank you all.
Please feel free to
Continue to socialize out in the
fraternize.
hallway.
Yeah.
Thank you.
fraternize. All right, we're moving on to zoning case ZC 625, a zoning resolution text amendment to prohibit cannabis-related uses in all zoning districts. All right, so Will there be any abstentions this evening on this case, gentlemen?
No abstentions.
All right. So I will open the public hearing at 6:11. All right. Staff presentation. Mr. Farmer?
All right, thank you. This is for ZC 6-25. As stated, it's a zoning resolution text amendment. This case was initiated by you all, the Butler Township Board of Trustees. The purpose is to amend the zoning resolution to reflect Resolution 25-51, which was passed on October 28, 2025. The amendment will add Section 102A5 to Article 1, General Regulations, and it will state, any business, laboratory, or other enterprise that cultivates, processes, distributes, or sells adult use or medical marijuana as licensed under the Ohio Revised Code is prohibited in all zoning districts in Butler Township. Recommendations: on November 13th, 2025, the Montgomery County Planning Commission recommended approval, and on November 18th, 2025, the Butler Township Zoning Commission also recommended approval of zoning case 6-25.
Thank you, Mr. Farmer. Anyone like to speak as a proponent to this zoning case? Seeing none, anyone like to speak as an opponent of this zoning case? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to the period where we ask the board, do you have any questions? Questions, comments?
I have no questions, so we've not closed it yet, correct? Okay, I have no questions.
I have none.
All right, we'll close the meeting, the public hearing on this case at 6:12 p.m. All right, so this is discussion time. Mr. Jackson, do you have comments?
I have no comments, and I make a motion to approve the zoning resolution text amendment to prohibit cannabis-related uses in all zoning districts.
I'll second.
Mr. Jackson,
Yes.
Mr. Thein,
Yes.
Ms. Pruszynski.
Yes, the motion to approve was, the motion was approved, sorry. All right, so that takes care of all our public meetings this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Farmer.
Yes.
All right, now we'll go back to approval of the minutes. We have the regular meeting minutes of November 24th, 2025. Gentlemen, do you have comments or questions on those?
No comments, and I make a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of November 24th, 2025.
I'll second.
Mr. Jackson,
Yes.
Mr. Thein,
Yes.
Ms. Pruszynski.
Yes, the motion was approved. All right, moving on to the administrator's recommendations. Ms. Vogel?
Yes. Do you want to formally approve those resolutions as well, noting the resolution numbers as we have them listed?
Oh, that would be great. You mean
Okay.
from the public hearing?
Yes.
Yep, let's just take care of those.
Yes.
All right, I make a motion to approve resolution number 25-58, a resolution denying a request to rezone 8090 Dogleg Road from R1 Single Family Residential to PD1 Planned Residential District ZC 5-25.
Second.
Mr. Jackson,
Yes.
Mr. Thein,
Yes.
Ms. Pruszynski.
Yes.
And I make a motion to approve resolution number 25-59, a resolution approving text amendments to Article 1, General Regulations of the Butler Township Zoning Resolution to incorporate adult use cannabis prohibitions and related revisions, ZC 6-25.
A second.
Mr. Jackson,
Yes.
Mr. Thein,
Yes.
Ms. Pruszynski.
Yes, motion approved.
Okay, finally, we have resolution number 25-60, a resolution authorizing an agreement with Meyer Restoration, Inc. for masonry and building repairs to Station 88 and Town Hall. This resolution authorizes Butler Township to enter into an agreement with Meyer Restoration in the total amount of $25,504 at the fire station and $8,983 for the Town Hall.
All right, questions or comments, gentlemen?
I have no comments, and I make a motion to approve resolution number 25-60, a resolution authorizing an agreement with Meyer Restoration, Inc. for masonry and building repairs to Station 88 and the Town Hall.
I'll second.
Mr. Jackson,
Yes.
Mr. Thein,
Yes.
Ms. Pruszynski.
Yes. All right, moving on to informal business. We'll begin with Chief Porter.
I just wanted to trustees and staff know that we held our annual Christmas with Cops past weekend. children. Extra money. Food baskets.
Very nice.
Great.
Great. All right, let's go to Administrator Vogel.
Yes, I don't have anything else for, I guess, informal business. I just want to make sure, we are meeting on December 30th for our last meeting of the year, so that will be the end of the year meeting with our final appropriations.
Sorry, I have it on
It's a
Is it the
29th.
29th? Of
29th.
course
As
I
I
say,
say
of
that.
course I say the wrong date.
I was like, whoa, I'm not gonna. be
Okay, Monday, December 29th, and that meeting is at 6 p.m. Okay.
All
So,
right.
and that will be the same night we also approve the budget as well.
And that's our last meeting of the year.
Correct.
Great.
All right, thank you, Ms. Vogel. Fiscal Officer Brush.
I have nothing additional.
All right. Trustee Jackson.
Only that as this is our last meeting before Christmas, Merry Christmas, everybody. And glad that we were able to work on this case. Thankful for the residents' patience with the process, as well as I stated earlier, over the last few months. I know that these things can be arduous, but they are worth it. So thankful for that. Hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. That's all I've got.
No, I just want to say Merry Christmas, and I guess we'll see everybody next year.
Unless you
Alright.
come to the meeting in between Christmas and
Yeah.
New Year, which I guess you could.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
All right. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. Moving on to item of finance. Do I have a motion to approve the financial statements and authorize payment of township bills?
I make a motion to approve the financial statements and authorize payment of township bills.
A second.
Okay.
Mr. Jackson,
Yes.
Mr. Thein,
Yes.
Ms. Pruszynski.
Yes. We'll adjourn the meeting at 6:18 p.m. Thank you, everyone, for attending, participating, and watching online. Appreciate you all.